Everyone already knows how Alex Pereira's left hook has conquered boxing, kickboxing and MMA. Despite his age, Alex has dominated all combat sports thanks to his abnormal power. But what if I told you that he is not the only one in the Pereira family who possesses such strength? You won't believe it, but his younger sister Aline might be even more powerful than her older brother. Even though knockouts in women's combat sports happen far less frequently than in men's, Aline Pereira knocks out everyone in her path, perhaps even more brutally than Alex. Her devastating power has taken over kickboxing and karate, but can she achieve the same success in MMA as her older brother? To find out, let's start from the very beginning. Aline Pereira, born October 6, 1990 in S. Bernardo Dampo, Brazil. Aline grew up in a family of 5 siblings. Among them, Alex Pereira played a pivotal role in shaping her life and career. Alex's journey from poverty to becoming a world champion ignited a spark in Aline to follow in his footsteps. The two share a bond that goes beyond blood. Alex became not only her brother but her guide in combat sports, teaching her the art of precision striking and instilling a champion's mindset. This connection is evident in Aline's fights, where her style mirrors Alex's, calculated, powerful, and relentless. Aline's journey in combat sports began around the same time when Alex Pereira learned about his family's true origins. He realized that they belonged to the Pagua people, one of the indigenous groups of Brazil. This realization made him a much better fighter, and he gave up alcohol for a long time. Apparently, this also influenced not only him but also his sister. Around the same time, she took up an activity that is not particularly popular among women. Aline Pereira started her journey just like her older brother in amateur boxing, and there's no need to point out that Aline is in blue. It's obvious from her left hook, which is a carbon copy of Alex Pereira's. If you didn't notice it right away, Aline made sure you would by building her entire game plan around landing straight punches while bring her opponent in. Then she'd throw that signature left hook, and when her opponent wouldn't close the distance, Aline herself would step in with hooks and overhands again, eerily similar to her older brother's strikes. But Aline's inexperience showed. In her first fight, she often got stuck in place after her attacks, allowing her opponent to clinch, and on the break, she'd eat a few rabbit punches. Those were pretty much the only successful moments for her opponent in terms of damage and clean shots. It was clear that Aline Pereira was winning. However, the judges, probably because of amateur boxing rules, gave the victory not to the one who landed the most accurate and powerful strikes, but to the one who simply threw more, even if those punches had zero impact. Of course, this didn't break Alex's younger sister. She took a page from his book and decided to switch to kickboxing, in where even at the amateur level damage is valued more than sheer volume. Unfortunately, no footage of her amateur kickboxing fights remains. However, she proved herself there as well, finishing her amateur career with an impressive record of 21 wins, most by knockout, and only 3 losses. Then it was time to go pro. Her debut came in 2017. The same year, Alex defeated Israel at Agna for the second time, this time by brutal knockout, and by mid-2017 he signed with the WGP promotion, the same one Aline joined. However, she actually made her debut before Alex did. Her first professional fight took place at WGP 39 against Ryan Vieira. Right away you can see the difference between Aline in amateur boxing and professional kickboxing. She attacks dynamically, targeting both the head and body using both hands and legs, and when she throws combination, she doesn't stand still. She immediately exits the striking line, a powerful jab that nearly sent her opponent's head flying into the crowd. Is a reminder that Aline Pereira packs serious power in her hook, but unlike her boxing match, she's now fighting with much more variety and isn't relying on just one strike. Pereira also showcases dynamic combinations that incorporate knees. Aline's defense has significantly improved. She's learned to roll with the punches and immediately fire back with combinations. A funny moment happened in the first round. The fighters suddenly thought the round was over and started walking to their corners even though no bell had sounded. But as soon as the fight resumed, Aline continued beating up her opponent. Near the very end of the round, she landed a powerful front kick, followed by a combination. At the start of the second round, the crowd got what they came for. A perfectly timed left hook nearly sent her opponent flying out of the ring. Credit to Vieira, she managed to get up and continue fighting. If in the first round her opponent was at least trying to fight back, in the second Aline was just outright beating her down. Here we see the same combination Alex used to knock out Shaw Strickland, a straight to the body, followed by a hook to the head, but Aline added a knee to the body and locked her opponent in the clinch to prevent any counterattacks. More knee combinations. Aline starts the third round just as aggressively as the second, though this time without a knockdown, a Pereira-style combination. But just when her opponent thought Aline was done, she kept going. Vieira barely survived by clinching near the end of the third round. Aline tried once again to finish her opponent, but Vieira managed to escape by clinching again. It was clear to everyone that Aline completely dominated her opponent, and since this wasn't amateur boxing where sheer volume matters more than power, aggression and damage were the key factors, so all rounds went to a marking her first victory in professional kickboxing. At the next event, Aline's older brother Alex made his debut in the promotion just as spectacularly as his sister. Meanwhile, Aline returned to the ring at WGP 44 against Misa Bors. The fight, unlike her first one, started off rather slowly. It was clear that Pereira wanted to pick her opponent apart from a distance, so she wasn't in a hurry to close in, but the moment her opponent dared to step forward, Aline started lighting her up as if she had just stolen something from her. Then she quickly got out of the danger zone. At one point her opponent just stood still, which seemed to motivate Pereira to close the distance herself and land a powerful combination. Bors finally decided to attack for the first time, but Aline immediately blocked the low kick, then the body kick, and finally the high